Hello friends, my name is Catherine and welcome to Storytime. Let's start with our welcome song. Welcome, 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 welcome. How are you? How are you? Very well, thank you. Very well, thank you. How about you? How about you? Welcome friends. Let's start with a fun, silly song. Skip to my loo. Are you ready? Here you go. Loo, skip to my loo, loo, skip to my loo, loo, skip to my loo, skip to my loo, my darling. Bees and butterflies, yellow and blue, bees and butterflies, yellow and blue, bees and butterflies, yellow and blue, skip to my loo, my darling. Loo, loo, skip to my loo, loo, skip to my loo, loo, skip to my loo, skip to my loo, my darling. Elephants all sing cock-a-doodle-doo. Elephants all sing cock-a-doodle-doo. Elephants all sing cock-a-doodle-doo. Skip to my loo, my darling. Loo, skip to my loo. Loo, skip to my loo. Loo, skip to my loo. Skip to my loo, my darling. Flies in the sugar bowl, shoo fly shoo. Flies in the sugar bowl, shoo fly shoo. Flies in the sugar bowl, shoo fly shoo. Skip to my loo, my darling. Loo, skip to my loo. Loo, skip to my loo. Loo, skip to my loo. Skip to my loo, my darling. Thank you for singing that with me, my friends. So let's read our first book of the day. This one's one I really like. It's called Henry Hikes to Fitchburg by D.B. Johnson. One summer day, Henry and his friend decided to go to Fitchburg to see the country. "I'll walk," said Henry. "It's the fastest way to travel." "I'll work," Henry's friend said, "until I have the money to buy a ticket to ride the train to Fitchburg. We'll see who gets there first." His friend waved. "Enjoy your walk," he said. Henry walked down the road to Fitchburg. "Enjoy your work," he called back. Henry's friend filled the woodbox in Mrs. Alcott's kitchen. 10 cents. Henry hopped from rock to rock across the Sudbury River. His friend swept out the post office. 5 cents. Henry carved a walking stick. 25 miles to Fitchburg. Henry's friend pulled all the weeds in Mr. Hawthorne's garden for 15 cents. Henry put ferns and flowers in a book and pressed them. His friend painted the fence in front of the courthouse for 10 cents. Henry walked on stone walls. Henry's friend moved the bookcases in Mr. Emerson's study. 15 cents. Henry climbed a tree. 18 miles to Fitchburg. His friend carried water to the cows grazing on the grass in town. 5 cents. Henry made a raft and paddled up the Nashua River. Henry's friend cleaned out Mrs. Thoreau's chicken house. 10 cents. Henry crossed a swamp and found a bird's nest in the grass. 12 miles to Fitchburg. His friend carried flour from the mill to the village baker. 20 cents. Henry found a honey tree. Henry's friend ran to the train station to buy his ticket to Fitchburg. 90 cents. Henry jumped into a pond. 7 miles to Fitchburg. His friend sat on the train in a tangle of people. Henry ate his way through a blackberry patch. Henry's friend got off the train at Fitchburg Station just as the sun was setting. Henry took a shortcut. 1 mile to Fitchburg. His friend was sitting in the moonlight when Henry arrived. "The train was faster," he said. Henry took a small pail from his pack. I know, he smiled. I stopped for blackberries. The end. I hope you enjoyed that story. Well, why don't you all stand up with me right now? And let's do a couple of songs and move together a little bit. So for this first one, we're going to walk just like Henry. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Walking, 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 walking. Hop, 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 hop. Running, 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 running. Now we stop, now we stop. Shh. We're going to tiptoe. Here we go. Tiptoe, 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 tiptoe. Hop, 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 hop. Running, 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 running. Now we stop, now we stop. Very good. Well, let's do one more since we're already up. Let's sing head, shoulders, knees, and toes, okay? Find your heads. Here's mine. And here we go. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees, and toes. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees, and toes. Eyes and ears and mouth and nose. Head, shoulders, knees, and toes, knees, and toes. Very good. That one was fun. Okay, now that we've been moving around, why don't we come down together before we read our last story? Let's do this exercise together. And you can always do this to help you wind down a little bit. Let's start with our hands. Put your hand out and we'll go brush, 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 brush. Pat, 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 and squeeze, 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 and wiggle, 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 wiggle. Now find your heads again. Let's do it here. Brush, 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 brush. Pat, 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 and squeeze, 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 and wiggle, 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 wiggle. Now let's breathe in, breathe out. Let's do that one more time. Breathe in together slowly. Breathe out. Wow, that really helped. Now let's sit down together and let's read our last story of the day, also about a friend who went on a walk, called Hannah Duck, by Anji Yamamura. Most days, Hannah Duck felt peaceful and content, happy at home with Gigi the parakeet and Kame Kame the turtle. On Sundays, Hannah Duck went for a walk. See you later! She tried to hide it, but Hannah Duck was not peaceful and content on Sundays. Every Sunday, Hannah Duck walked to the park, and every Sunday she stopped and looked through the gate. And then, every Sunday, Hannah Duck turned around and went home. Gigi and Kame Kame were always waiting to hear about her walk. Hannah Duck took a deep breath. I'm back! Gigi was full of questions. How was it? Did you have a good time? What did you do? Who did you see? Then it was Kame Kame's turn. How was the sun? Was it warm? It was always the same. Then one day, Hannah Duck had enough pretending. Gigi, I'm not going on any more walks. The truth is, Hannah Duck started, then stopped. This was hard. I don't like walks. They scare me. Well, said Gigi, thinking carefully, what if I come with you? The next Sunday, when Hannah Duck stopped at the park gate, Gigi was full of encouragement. You can do it, Hannah Duck. I'm right here. Hannah Duck found her courage. She looked at Gigi and then stepped through the gate into the park. "Hello, dears. Lovely day," called the pigeons. They were very nice. The sun was warm and the crows nodded and smiled hello. "Hello," Hannah Duck smiled back. "Beautiful day," said the cats. Everyone was so friendly. "It is, isn't it, Gigi?" cried Hannah Duck. "It's a beautiful day in the park. Gigi? Gigi?" She looked up at the sky to find Gigi and the most beautiful sunset she'd ever seen. The sun was almost gone and the air was growing cooler, but Hannah Duck felt warm inside as she and Gigi walked slowly home. "We're back." "You were gone so long," said Kame Kame. "Did you have a good time?" "Yes," said Hannah Duck, "but maybe next time you should come too." And from then on, Hannah Duck, Gigi the parakeet, and Kame Kame the turtle were peaceful and content every day, including Sundays. The end. I hope you enjoyed that story. So we've come to the end of story time, so let's sing our farewell song. We wave goodbye like this. We wave goodbye like this. We clap our hands for all our friends. We wave goodbye like this. Thank you for coming, friends, and I'll see you next time.